Spring at our country house always comes slowly. You need to look closer to see what is happening. This was the middle of March when it was starting. I like to take a moment to enjoy the little flowers that start popping up. I like to greet them and tell them how pretty they are. There is also a lot of work, and we always need to prepare the garden for the upcoming season. There is mainly a lot of pruning, and in general, after winter, there is always something to do.
We have new flowers here. Tommy planted them last autumn.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen these ones before. Like not just here in the garden, but we didn't know they exist. So that's cool. And it's a miniature version of an iris. We call them little iris in Czech, right?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, so they are cute and very cool. And here, look, crocuses. And these ones are new too, right?
Yes, also from last autumn.
Yeah, and it's great for lying on the ground, these little flowers. And I love them. I love the color and everything.
It's the middle of March, so finally we can see some flowers blossoming everywhere. And this is a new one. It should be called winter aconite in English. That's the common name, or the official one is Aranthis. So we wanted to have more flowers which blossom already in March, because you know, when you see the whole field or the whole garden, nothing is happening. It looks very dead.
Yeah.
The grass is not green yet. So at least we can look forward to these flowers.
Yeah. So it's cool that there are all these little details.
Yeah. And I love that from one plant there are several flowers.
Yeah.
So it looks quite nice. You can't really miss it.
Very pretty.
We are planting onion here in the middle of our former field because we don't have enough garden beds. So we created a new one here. Originally this was all grass, and 2 years ago we created a pile of hay here and planted pumpkins in it. Then last year we used the space for potatoes.
Yeah, because the hay destroyed the grass underneath it.
Yeah.
So that's a nice method to get rid of the grass.
Yeah, and this year we are using it for the second year as a garden bed for garlic and onions.
Yeah, in December we planted garlic.
Yeah.
And now in the middle of March it's coming out of the ground,
Yeah.
out of the soil.
They are coming up, and now it's time to plant onion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we will use the same method in other places on our field to create more space for veggies.
We have a lot of space on our property, but not enough garden beds. So we are using the space now, and it's great. We have more crocuses here, 3 colors, but they are closing.
Yeah, it's too late.
The shop is closed because the sun is slowly setting, look. But I wanted to show you this. We are in the middle of March and there are still vegetables on our garden beds
From last year.
from last year. So here we have spinach, quite a lot of it. And here, arugula. That's very interesting. And this is our last leek. It's still here. We wanted to harvest it sooner, but there wasn't time. So this one is still waiting to be eaten.
It's a winter variety, so
Yeah.
it's supposed to be here.
So it's great that we don't have to wait for newly planted vegetables, but these ones are here from winter.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
That's cool. Yeah. And here, this is special leek. Like, it grows, it never dies.
Perennial, is that the word?
Hopefully perennial and not annual. Like, it never dies.
Yeah.
It grows and grows and grows over many years. And
It somehow creates offsprings or something, right?
yeah, there are always more. But we haven't tasted this one yet. So later we will tell you if it's good.
We are letting it grow strong first.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. And there are also Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes, or as we call them, topinamburs. At least they should be there in the soil.
That's where we left them.
A month ago or so, I already dug out some of them. Yeah, look.
Based on experience, we remember that we can't eat too many of them at once.
Yes,
So that's why we are digging them out in waves.
exactly.
Because you can't really store them, they go bad quickly.
They would like dry out or something. So gradually, otherwise you would be very bloated and you would fart a lot.
Yes, we did.
So maybe this is enough.
Yeah, I think so for one portion, or for us. I mean, it should be enough for
Or
one
maybe
dinner.
a little bit more, but it looks nice.
Yeah, it's a nice bonus.
Tommy has been pruning our dog rose shrubs on the property. There are quite a lot of them here, and there is quite a lot of material. I'm going to burn them because we don't want to have the branches like on the compost or somewhere. They are not good because of the thorns. So burning is like the easiest method to get rid of them. So I'm going to make fire now. Some branches are even from last year, so they should be dry, and then even the green ones should burn. It should go. And the last pile is burning. It might be even better to do it this way, when the branches are fresh and green, because the fire is not burning so fast, so it's not getting out of control. I like it.
This is year 3 of pruning our apple trees, and it's the first year that I need a ladder, which means we are making progress.
Yes, the trees are growing.
I feel like every year I have no idea what I'm doing, even though I watched a lot of videos and read a lot of instructions how to do it properly, but then you come to your tree and it looks completely different than in all the videos. But I'm doing my best. And last year we had our first apple, our first harvest, so it's doing well, I guess.
Yeah, and that's proof that you are doing it right.
Yeah, I think so.
So carry on.
It's science. Like, you have to analyze all the branches and decide which ones you want and which ones should go away.
So it's great that you are good in science.
There should be the gif around me, like, you know, the woman trying to do the math.
Yeah,
Formulas flying around.
equations and formulas. Well, yeah.
That's how I feel.
I'm also filling up big barrels that are in our garden. We have 4 of them. Here it is, the water is flowing. It's from our water well. This spring is very dry and it looks like it's a new standard because the previous spring and the spring before that also were dry. So yeah, this should make watering throughout the garden easier. I'm in our vineyard and I'm going to prune the grapevines here. It's quite a mess, so hopefully when I'm done it will look tidier and better here. From what I read, the best way is to keep only 1 or 2 canes because the fruits grow on new wood. So we will keep 1-year-old wood, 1 or 2 of them, that grow from 2-year-old like branch. So that should promote the growth of fruits later in the year. And I will cut all the remaining canes. I feel like this is such a failure. I had an idea in my mind how it should look, but it looks completely different. I was cutting and then it was too much, so I don't know if we will have grapes this year. Oh well, we'll see. There is also this blackcurrant shrub, and one of the branches went into ground and there is a new plant growing. So I will cut the branch that leads to the main shrub and I will transplant this one into our garden so we can have more blackcurrant. Here we have it, and I'm going to transplant it here. All is ready. This is the shrub, and this is our black currant and red currant and white currant corner. We are planning to plant 4 blueberries here in between these 2 trees, and it will be garden blueberries, or we call them Canadian blueberries here. So they are different to blueberries that grow here in forests, and they like acidic soil, so I need to dig very big holes. These are just markers. These are not the blueberries. So the holes need to be big
because we will put acidic soil in there, and we don't want the normal soil that is here to like come to the roots of the blueberries, right?
Yeah, the roots need space to grow in the acidic soil.
Yeah, exactly. So wish me luck, because this will not be easy, but I have to do it. So it's my job to dig 4 big holes.
Good luck.
This is so difficult. Wow, the hole is enormous. Look at this, it's so enormous. Like I can't. My back hurts, and I don't know if I will be able to dig 4 such holes, because this is too much.
It looks very impressive though. I think if we do one at least as a test, it will be enough, because then we'll know how much soil we need and so on.
There are so many worms, so they make the soil better. Look.
Yum.
Oh my god, I'm done. So you know, I am an experienced hole digger. Over the years, we have planted, I don't know, more than 300 shrubs.
400, I think.
Okay, 400. And it was mainly my job to dig out the holes. But this is definitely the hardest one. Or the hardest 4. Hopefully, it looks enormous on the camera. I'm sure it's just like the camera doesn't do it justice. It looks like nothing. But no, you can sit here and relax.
We can lie in.
Yes, it is even like a grave or something. There is one more problem. We realized it would be quite expensive to put the special soil for blueberries into such big hole. It's like one hole, $50. So that's really expensive for us. Hopefully the blueberries are worth it. The taste will be exquisite, and they should be amazing. They better be.
We have a lot of extra soil now, so I'm going to move it to our barn probably, and we'll see. I can use it in the future for planting things into pots or something like that, because I usually have to buy soil for that, so we will reuse it somehow. Just finished hole number 2, so
Wow.
we're done.
Wow.
We'll see if we manage to do all 4 today, but there is still a chance.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling to be at least halfway done. It looks amazing. It looks deep. 5 hours later, and look at this. 4 holes done. We are so tired. I've never been so tired in my life. Maybe I've been, but this was brutal. I'm so happy it's done. And it's raining in the meantime, so we are muddy, and it was even more difficult in the rain. And of course, the rain is only a light one, so no significant amount. It's not watering our garden. It's just here to make our lives more miserable. But yes. How does it look? Or 4 holes.
Amazing. But not all the work is done, because we still need to take care of this soil. I'm moving it to the barn, and my arms are falling off.
This is
Very
a
heavy.
brutal workout. Yeah, soil is very heavy.
I had no idea we would exchange so much soil.
Yeah. Look at the enormous pile. It's unbelievable.
It's 1 week later, and this time I'm here alone because Peter has to work. But while we were in the city, we went shopping for soil. And originally we wanted to buy special soil for blueberries, but they only sell it in these small bags and it's quite expensive because we need a lot of it. So after studying about it on the internet, we decided to buy mainly peat, which they sell in these big bags, and it's much cheaper. The price per liter is way lower, and a lot of people do it that way as well. There's not a big difference between them actually. I think the main difference is that in peat there is no fertilizer, so we will need to add that later, but that should still be cheaper than buying the special soil. When I look at the holes, I already know that it will not be enough what we have here, but that's as much as we could have bought while we were in the store and as much as we could fit into our car. So my expectation was that I would try to put it in, see how much space we fill in, and then when I go back to the city we will buy more soil, and then next weekend we will come together and hopefully have already enough. So let's try it and we will see. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I think we are maybe 3/4 full. I expect the soil will still settle down a bit, but we shouldn't need that much more. Next weekend, Peter and I will be back together, so I think we will bring the rest of the soil with us from the city, and then we could plant the blueberries finally.
Yay! I was already looking forward to that back at my work. Anyway, that's it for now, and next time we will continue our spring garden adventures. So until then, bye!